Let's listen to this liberal influencer tell us all the bad things Trump is going to do when he gets reelected.
You may have heard of Project 2025, but this is from Agenda 47. First, he promises that he will carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in history.
Also wants to deport some migrants with criminal histories. God forbid we house the criminals of the world here and give them safe haven.
He will also ask for the death sentence for anyone convicted of human trafficking.
Abraham Lincoln would be giving Trump a standing ovation. Human trafficking is modern day slavery. I thought the left was anti-slavery. If you think you can own another person's life, you don't deserve to keep your own.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
He will close the Department of Education and return all education standards to the states to decide.
We won't have to teach critical race theory to a bunch of white farmer kids in Oklahoma. Yeah, this is great. Let California brainwash their youth. They made such great decisions with their police force and crime policies. I'm sure their education system will be just as great.
He will put prayer back into school.
Trump cannot put prayer back into school. It's always been protected by the First Amendment. If you look at Kennedy v. Bremerton School District, as recently as 2022, it was ruled that school employees are welcome to form prayer groups that meet before, after, even during school if they meet away from students. What is prohibited is school-sponsored prayer. Coach Joseph Kennedy did not coerce his students to join him in prayer. That means you can't force someone or school sponsor a prayer. Almost like you can't coerce or force me to use your stupid pronouns.
Let me tell you a story. I invited a friend to have dinner at my house the other day. And he was like, oh, I'm bringing a friend. And I said, of course, bring him. And he was like, no. Bring them. So I bought a lot of food.
And he will criminalize any race-based advantage programs.
Race-based advantage programs. It's almost like someone once said,
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
He will end the Affordable Care Act.
Oh yeah, Obamacare, the biggest lie of 2013. Obama promised Americans we could keep our prior insurance, our prior doctors, but millions of us lost coverage. That was a great idea, to have an individual mandate penalty, having to pay the government if you don't have insurance coverage. Luckily, Trump signed that away in December 2018 with the Tax Cuts and Job Acts. God forbid insurance becomes a free market where insurance companies have competitive pricing and you can actually shop the insurance that you need.
He will ban gender-affirming care for adults and children, and he will ban any federal dollars from going towards gender-affirming care.
So children won't be allowed to go under the knife for life-changing, irreversible transition surgery before they even hit puberty. You know what, Miss Liberal Lady? Maybe I feel like I identify as an ostrich, and I want to go get a feather duster surgically attached to my ass. Doesn't mean the government should pay for it.
Which means anyone with government-provided health care will no longer be able to access gender-affirming care except for Viagra and Cialis. Those will still be available.
This whole Viagra thing is stupid. If you're telling me I'm a hypocrite and you're jealous that I can shave my balls, then maybe you should grow a pair and shave them too.
He will propose a constitutional amendment that gives a term limit to Congress.
Oh, so we can get rid of corrupt career politicians and senile old bags of dust.
He will deploy the Department of Justice to investigate the Biden crime family and any of his adversaries or political rivals.
Air quote this, sweetheart. Besides Biden's 20 shell companies, laundered Chinese money, shady business dealings, his son Hunter has been convicted of 3 felonies and 6 misdemeanors. There's literally a video of Hunter Biden smoking crack with a prostitute. Can you even imagine if Trump Jr. had a video out there smoking crack with a prostitute? He would just be lambasted across the media, but it gets swept under the rug. So yes, the Biden crime family needs to be investigated. Hey guys, so YouTube will not be monetizing this video, but I've made these Agenda 47 Trump 2024 t-shirts. If you want to go check them out and support the channel, rep Agenda 47, rep Trump 2024. Click the link in the description down below.
He will immediately pardon all of the January 6thers, and he will create a task force to investigate anyone who arrested, charged, or imprisoned a January 6er.
The January 6th. Who comes up with these names? I still have not seen one shred of evidence that Trump instigated anything on January 6th, but since they couldn't throw the book at Trump, they threw the book at a lot of people that were there that day, and they took a lot of punishment, and it is bullshit.
He will increase the penalties for underage criminal offenders.
Okay, let me show you a clip, and you tell me if this person should have stayed on the streets.
Explains to us why he sawed off the ankle bracelet that kept him under house arrest.
Because I couldn't go nowhere. Couldn't make no money doing nothing. I was boring.
Midget, his 13-year-old brother Little Woody, all of them have been shot at least once. Midget says he is an expert car thief.
Toyota, you just break all the bottom and put some thing like they don't got no lock on the steering.
The conversation is chilling as they talk about shootouts with rival gangs.
Well, the trigger, you just keep blasting back at you. When you blast at them, that's just fun. With a real gun. But it was a real gun. You're just messing around.
Chucky sits in the middle grinning.
Okay, because I know I'm either going to end up in jail, I'm going to be dead. I already got shot a lot of times. God gave me 2 chances already.
Strengthen immunity for police officers and deploy the National Guard to patrol woke cities.
Perfect. Officers can take stronger actions on crime. Have you seen the looting and pillaging in San Francisco right now? People are parking with their car doors and trunks open so that people don't break their windows to steal what's inside of their vehicles.
Has it come to this? Drivers leaving their back doors wide open to show thieves there's nothing valuable inside. The startling photo was taken in Oakland, California, in a region staggered by a wave of smash-and-grab robberies.
There he goes, he just broke in.
At a GOP convention in September, Trump had one of the best declarations ever. We will immediately stop all the pillaging and theft. Very simply, if you rob a store, you can fully expect to be shot as you're leaving that store shot. That's one way to end the looting.
On day 1, he will reassess our participation in NATO and says that every European country needs to pay the United States for protection.
NATO is clearly necessary at the end of World War II with the Warsaw Pact, but Russia by itself has not even been able to conquer Ukraine successfully, let alone all of Europe. The US allocates twice as much of their GDP, like 860 billion, as European allies and Canada's do together. They only contribute like 400 billion. We make up 2/3 of total NATO defense expenditures. If you want the protection, you gotta pay the bills.
He will also restore the wonderful travel ban for Muslims coming to America.
Man, this thing really likes air quotes. Yeah, coined the Muslim ban by the lefties. This was a 90-day limited travel from countries like Iraq, Iran, Yemen, Syria, Libya. But we're also forgetting he restricted travel from North Korea. So why don't you call it the shamanism ban? Yeah, that's right, shamanism, the predominant religion in North Korea.
He will build freedom cities. This is 10 new cities built on federal land. He will award them to areas with the best development proposals, and he will prioritize moving young families to these freedom cities.
Wanting to grow America with more technologically advanced cities, wanting more families, what's not to love?
He will kill all e-vehicles and e-vehicle legislation, seeking to replace that with the development of a flying car. He believes that we could create a car that vertically takes off.
Let's reopen that pipeline, baby. Let's have our own domestic oil. How great would it be to not rely on foreign fuel? Electric cars account for 1% of vehicles on the road in the US. It's almost like catering TV shows and movies to the transgender community, which comprises of less than 1% of the total American population. And admittedly, flying cars sounds pretty wacky, but how many people said we couldn't land on the moon? Besides winning the space race against Russia, there are plenty of well-known products that NASA developed as part of the space program that we use every day. Freeze-dried food, firefighting equipment, emergency space blankets, cochlear implants.
He will remove all of the limits on American natural gas exports and drill baby drill for oil domestically.
Drill baby drill!
He will impose a tariff of up to 60% on Chinese imports.
Oh, great. So we can actually charge them what they would charge on our imports. Since 2018, China has imposed additional tariffs on our goods. Typically been more than we've charged on theirs since 2016.
He will extend the 2017 tax cuts and drop the corporate tax rate from 21% to 15%.
The left seems to think corporations bad, small business good, except that corporations generate thousands of jobs for Americans. They make the community thrive. I mean, when there's a big corporation somewhere, more small businesses open up, more shops open up to feed and clothe and give entertainment to the people living around these big businesses. Why do you think Tesla left California? They wanted to get out of that hellhole and all the additional taxes they had to pay there.
He will push Congress to pass legislation that would give every American the right to concealed carry anywhere at any time.
This is what the left thinks is going to happen if everybody has a concealed carry.
I am thankful for my family.
He will demand that Europe pay back all the money we gave Ukraine, and then he will use all of that money to recruit for the American military.
Putting American military first? How dare he? $75 billion. We've sent them $75 billion. Can you imagine the good that would do here and not there?
And he will take billions and billions of dollars from private university endowments by taxing, fining, and suing the universities. He specifically names Harvard in this one. And then he will use that money to create the American Academy.
Yeah, who in their right mind loans an 18-year-old $100,000 for university, but won't approve them for a car loan or a mortgage? Universities are corrupt money grubbers, and I would love for them to reach their day of reckoning. Yes, that will be $100,000 for a bachelor's degree in lesbian dance theater.
Use that money to create the American Academy.
Hey, if University of Phoenix is an accredited university, then American Academy, why not?
It is a free online college that will be free of wokeness that he will force employers to recognize as a bachelor's degree equivalent.
A bachelor's degree equivalent. I wonder if they'll just let you actually study what you need instead of take all these general education classes. Because in most other parts of the world, your bachelor's degree is 3 years. You don't have to fluff it up with a year of crap. Guess what, Lefty? You've officially been awarded a MAGA hat. Welcome to the club, and thank you for your glowing endorsement of Donald Trump 2024.
Thanks for the glowing review, honey. Welcome to the club.